Alrighty, sons and daughters of Scotland, welcome to Son of Scotland TV. Today we're bringing you a brand new video. This one's going to be titled News in Scotland. It does exactly what it says in the tin. It's going to be a weekly video bringing you all the news from the greatest country in the world, or as some people like to call it, land of the Neds. So if you want to stay tuned and hear what's happening in Scotland, then stick around for the next couple of minutes. If not, if you want to go and continue living under that rock, then go and find Dwayne Johnson for cover. We're going to kick this one off with former Celtic player LEIGH NICOL. I believe she now plays for Crystal Palace or Arsenal or some shitey women's team that will never win anything, that would get beat probably 100-0 if they played a man's team. Anyway, I guess in the past she created some pay-per-view content, and the problem is no one is paying to see it. It's been spread on the internet, it's been leaked, there's images, there's videos, and lately she has come out and spoken about this. She shared some of the abuse that she's getting online, and she says that we need to change and we need a safer space. In my opinion, if you're going to create these sort of videos, then you've got to look at the worst case scenario. You've got to think that one day they might actually end up on the internet. That would be like me playing FIFA and getting beat 10-0 and not deciding to upload it because I'm shite and I don't want everyone to see how bad I am, but then it somehow gets leaked and then everyone goes, yo, you're shite at FIFA. At the end of the day, I created that video. I'll take responsibility. I think if she's going to, create borderline porn here, then I think she needs to accept that one day that stuff might get leaked and it might be out there for everybody to see. Now, the Daily Record have quoted one disgusting troll, that's what they called it, not me by the way, and it says, I quote, "Hope your parents are proud of you. I feel bad when your niece and nephew grow up to watch you," unquote. I mean, is that really a nasty message? I could think of a hell of a lot worse things people could say, but I don't have like 10 hours to, name them all. If she really wants a safer space, I mean, it is kind of simple. Just don't hit record when you're having sex. I mean, it's not that difficult, man. It's not rocket science. Anybody can do it. I guess, though, if her football career doesn't work, she can always fall back on OnlyFans because, she's a pretty attractive lady. I did check out her content, and in my opinion, I wouldn't really recommend it. My videos are more entertaining. My videos are better quality and are not recorded on a Nokia 3410. And unlike LEIGH, my videos go longer than 2 minutes. Whether you want my videos to go longer than 2 minutes, I don't know. But here, stick around. Up next, we had a bunch of thugs that attacked a 70-year-old pensioner, actually fly-kicking him into a river as the poor man was standing on an embankment, minding his own business. He suffered facial cuts. A couple of women walking past had to pull him out and stop him from drowning. And unfortunately, this poor man's probably going to be afraid to leave the house. It's just a shame that the 70-year-old that was standing there wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger and they tried to fly kick him and he just fucking turned around and tore their wee skinny arms off and started eating them like chicken wings and then bashing them over their low IQ heads. I mean, that's what I would have liked to have seen, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case because, we sick cunts like this, they only pick on fragile people that, can't defend themselves and can't fight back. However, this story actually didn't happen in Scotland. This story happened in Liverpool. But whenever I think of Liverpool, I think of drugs, alcohol and bums. And that pretty much sums up Glasgow, so it's getting in the video. Speaking of beer, TENNENTS are introducing a brand new alcohol-free beer which is set to appear in Tesco shelves across the country after the Glasgow-based brewer announced it would be supplying the supermarket chain. Now, to me, this doesn't make much sense. TENNENTS tastes like pish, and the best thing about drinking it is after a couple of beers, you're that drunk you can't remember what it tastes like. With this new alcohol-free stuff, every beer is going to taste the same, and that is the taste of pish. Plus, at least with the Euros coming up soon, I thought maybe after a few TENNENTS, he'd forget about the fact that Scotland were losing 5-0, but with this, he ain't going to get drunk, so the goals are just going to keep getting added on, man. I mean, we're probably going to concede more goals than beers we drink, and in the end, nothing will matter, because you'll be sitting there pure sober, watching Scotland get humped while you're consuming something that tastes like piss. So, I mean, what's the point here? Alcohol, beer, what is the point here? If you don't want to get drunk, then don't drink beer. What's the point of having non-alcoholic beer? To me, it's dumb. But on the good news, on the bright side, I mean, it's only 17 calories per 100 mils. So if you're a fat bastard and you want to lose weight, then I guess this is the beer for you. If you enjoy the taste of, the taste of piss, then go ahead and keep drinking this Tennent's. But if you want to drink something better, then I don't know, mate. I'd prefer tap water over this. At least with tap water, you know what's going in your body, and you're not drinking this Tennent's crap. So Tennent's, stick to what you're good at, and that is pretty much nothing. But if you're going to stick to beer, at least allow the beer to get us drunk, because this non-alcoholic beer doesn't work for me. I don't think it works for anyone else. I mean, it's like eating veggie sausages. So, like, what's the point? You know what I mean? If you don't want to fucking eat sausage, just don't eat them. All this new, like, non-meat fucking meatballs. How can you get non-meat meatballs? You absolute dafty. Listen to yourself. Take a good hard look in the mirror. You should be ashamed. Non-alcoholic beer. What a joke. Anyway, moving on to something a bit more serious. Former RAF serviceman is facing potential life in prison after posing as a film stuntsman in order to persuade women to make videos of themselves sitting on babies' faces for his gratification. The only stunt this sick fuck is pulling off is going from his house to a prison cell with one phone call to the police, because this is absolutely disgusting. Andrew Kerr, 36, for Scotland. Go fuck yourself. Children as young as 17 months, and he's paying women to sit on their faces. I hope none of these women went through with this. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. Don't put him in jail. I've got a better thing to do with this guy. Put him on the embankment, just like in that previous piece of news. Tie some rocks around his ankles and fly kick him into the river, and make sure there's no passerbyers to help pull him out, because that is how you deal with scum like this. Last but not least, a 38-year-old man from Fife has been found guilty of a series of domestic abuse crimes. His most noticeable crime is hiding all his partner's shoes around his home, ensuring that she was trapped inside and could not leave. The man has been ordered to pay back a 24-month community paycheck, and he has been slapped with a tag, which means he can now no longer leave his home address between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. for the next 11 months. He is now trapped inside his own house because he was stealing shoes, and I guess you could say the shoe is now on the other foot. And that is it, guys. Whether it be good, bad or ugly, that is all your weekly news in Scotland. Planning on doing this on a regular basis once a week. So if you want to see that, there's only one thing you've got to do, and that is like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Technically that's more than one thing, but hey, just do them all anyway, and I will catch you later. That is it from Son of Scotland. I'm out. Peace.